Top signs an INFJ is crushing on you hard, but too shy to say. INFJs are known for being deeply private, emotionally complex, and highly selective when it comes to relationships. So, when an INFJ develops a crush, it's often subtle, so subtle that you might not even realize it. Unlike more expressive personality types, INFJs don't wear their hearts on their sleeves. Instead, their affection is woven into nuanced behaviors, meaningful glances, and quiet gestures that only the most observant will notice. If you've been wondering whether an INFJ in your life is crushing on you hard but is too shy to say, here are unmistakable signs to look out for. 1. Their eyes say it all. INFJs have an intense gaze, and when they're interested in someone, their eyes linger just a little longer than usual. They may steal glances, then quickly look away when caught, only to repeat the cycle moments later. You notice that whenever you talk, they seem fully immersed, watching your expressions, absorbing every word. But the moment you lock eyes, they shyly look away, pretending to be distracted. If you suspect an INFJ has a crush on you, make eye contact and hold it for a second longer than usual. If they blush or fidget, it's a sign they're feeling something deep inside. 2. They remember the smallest details about you. INFJs have incredible memories when it comes to people they care about. If they have a crush, they'll recall tiny things you mentioned in passing, your favorite drink, the way you like your coffee, or a childhood story you barely remember sharing. Weeks after you casually mentioned your love for obscure indie films, they send you a link to a movie they think you'd love, saying, "I thought of you when I saw this." Pay attention to the things they bring up in conversation. If they constantly recall little details about you, it's a sign they're thinking about you, probably more than they'd admit. 3. They go out of their way to help you. INFJs show their affection through acts of service. If they have a crush, they'll find ways to make your life easier, whether that's offering help with an assignment, picking up something you forgot, or checking in on you when you're sick. You mention you're overwhelmed with work, and the next day, they bring you your favorite coffee without being asked. Take note of the small favors they do for you. INFJs don't invest energy in just anyone. If they're going out of their way for you, you mean something to them. 4. They become nervous around you. Though INFJs are typically calm and composed, their emotions can betray them when they're around their crush. If they seem unusually fidgety, struggle to maintain eye contact, or stumble over their words, it's a sign they're feeling something deep inside. They're usually articulate and thoughtful, but when you ask them a direct personal question, they get flustered, laugh nervously, or change the subject. Test their reaction by casually teasing them or giving them a sincere compliment. If they blush or get adorably awkward, you've got your answer. 5. They open up about their inner world. INFJs are highly private, and they don't share their deeper thoughts and emotions with just anyone. If an INFJ is confiding in you about their personal struggles, dreams, or fears, it's a major sign they trust and admire you. They tell you about a childhood memory that shaped who they are today, something they rarely share with others. Encourage them by listening attentively and showing appreciation for their vulnerability. The more comfortable they feel, the deeper their connection with you will grow. 6. They find excuses to be around you. An INFJ with a crush will subtly position themselves in your orbit, whether that's sitting near you, finding reasons to text you, or suggesting activities you both enjoy. They show up at an event you casually mentioned attending, or they coincidentally take the same route as you after work. Notice these small coincidences. If they keep appearing in your space, they're probably hoping for more opportunities to connect. 7. Their body language is soft and inviting. INFJs may not be touchy-feely with everyone, but with someone they like, their body language becomes warmer. They might lean in when you talk, mirror your movements, or subtly brush against you. When you joke around, they lightly touch your arm or shoulder in a way that feels natural and comfortable. If you suspect they like you, reciprocate with subtle body language cues. If they lean in when talking, do the same and see how they respond. 8. They engage in deep and meaningful conversations. INFJs love deep conversations, and if they have a crush, they'll want to explore your mind. They'll ask about your dreams, fears, and philosophies, rather than just making small talk. Instead of asking, "How was your day?" they ask, "What's something that inspired you today?" Engage with them on a deep level. If they see that you enjoy meaningful discussions, they'll feel safe opening up even more. 9. They give you thoughtful gifts. INFJs love meaningful gestures, and if they give you something small but deeply personal, it's a major sign they're crushing on you. They surprise you with a book they think you'd love, or they create a playlist of songs that remind them of you. Show appreciation for their thoughtfulness. A heartfelt "this means so much to me" will make their day. 10. They get quiet when you talk about other romances. INFJs don't usually voice jealousy, but if you mention being interested in someone else, their demeanor may subtly change. Their energy dims when you talk about a crush, and they quickly change the subject. If you suspect they have feelings for you, pay attention to these small reactions. If they seem affected, they might be holding back their true emotions. 11. They pay attention to the small details about you. One of the most telltale signs that an INFJ is crushing on you is their extraordinary ability to remember and pay attention to the smallest details about your life. INFJs have an uncanny ability to recall things you've said in passing, whether it's your favorite food, your hobbies, or even a seemingly insignificant detail about your past. When they're into someone, their focus sharpens, and they're fully attuned to your world. An INFJ might casually ask you about a hobby you mentioned once or remember that you had a big event coming up, even months later. They might surprise you with something thoughtful, like bringing you a snack you casually mentioned enjoying, or remembering your birthday even if you never explicitly told them. This attention to detail comes from a place of deep care. INFJs don't forget because they're trying to be clever, they simply value you and the connection, and they want to make sure they show you that they're listening. However, they may not express this directly as they fear it might make them seem too forward. If you notice someone constantly remembering the little things about you, it's a strong indication that they have a deeper interest in you. Pay attention to these thoughtful gestures, they're their way of connecting with you on a deeper level. 12. They are often found staring or making brief eye contact. INFJs can be incredibly shy when it comes to showing their feelings, and they often use subtle body language to convey their attraction. One of the most common signs that an INFJ has a crush on you is that they might stare at you a little too long, or they may make brief eye contact only to quickly look away. They can get lost in the moment of gazing at someone they care about, but then feel self-conscious about being caught in the act. Imagine you're talking in a group, and you catch them glancing at you with a soft, intense gaze. They might quickly look away when you make eye contact, only to glance back at you again when they think you're not looking. INFJs tend to be very internally focused, and their eye contact can be deeply meaningful. If they're drawn to you, their eyes might linger longer than normal. The depth of their gaze could feel almost like they're seeing into your soul. But the moment you catch them, they'll likely look away quickly, feeling shy or embarrassed. If you catch an INFJ staring at you or making brief eye contact, it's a clear sign of their interest. Don't mistake their shyness for disinterest, they're just trying to control their vulnerability. 13. They open up to you in ways they don't with others. INFJs are naturally reserved, and it takes time for them to open up. If they're crushing on you, they might start sharing things about their life that they've never shared with others. This could be personal thoughts, past experiences, or vulnerable feelings they normally keep locked away. An INFJ might tell you about a difficult experience from their childhood, or they may open up about their dreams and goals in a way that feels more intimate than their usual guarded demeanor. They won't do this with just anyone, but when they trust you, they will share pieces of themselves, even if it's uncomfortable. This deep vulnerability is their way of letting you into their inner world. They're testing the waters, hoping you'll accept them for who they truly are, flaws and all. INFJs are careful about whom they trust, so if they start sharing these personal details with you, it's a clear sign that their feelings go beyond mere friendship. If an INFJ starts opening up to you in ways they don't with others, take it as a sign that they value your connection. It's a gesture of trust and a subtle indication that they are developing deeper feelings for you. 14. They will go out of their way to make you comfortable. INFJs are natural caregivers, and when they're crushing on someone, they will often go out of their way to make that person feel comfortable and cared for. Whether it's through small acts of kindness or a more protective, nurturing presence, an INFJ in love will prioritize your emotional well-being without hesitation. They want to be your safe haven. You might notice that when you're in a group setting, the INFJ always tries to ensure that you feel included, or they might ask if you're comfortable or if you need something, even in a casual situation. They'll be the first to notice if you're feeling off or out of place, and they'll take quiet action to make you feel at ease. INFJs may do this in subtle ways, offering you a warm drink when you're cold, making sure you have a seat when you're standing, or simply offering a reassuring smile when they notice you're uncomfortable. These gestures are their way of showing care and affection, even if they don't say it out loud. If you notice that the INFJ is always looking out for your well-being, going the extra mile to ensure you're comfortable, or taking small actions to ease your experience, it's a clear sign that their feelings for you run deep. They won't express it directly, but their actions speak volumes. INFJs are often hesitant to express their romantic feelings because of their natural shyness, fear of rejection, and the emotional depth they experience. However, their attraction is not something they can hide completely. As you can see, INFJs give off many subtle but meaningful signals when they have a crush on someone. Their love language may not always be vocal, but their actions, body language, and thoughtfulness are undeniable. If you've been noticing any of these signs, whether it's their intense eye contact, the way they remember small details about you, or the way they go out of their way to make you feel comfortable, there's a good chance that an INFJ is crushing on you hard. If you're interested in an INFJ, be patient and gentle. They will need time to open up fully, and they may never outright say how they feel. But by showing them kindness, appreciation, and understanding, you create the safe space they need to eventually express their feelings. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments, have you ever had an INFJ crush on you? Or, if you're an INFJ yourself, do you relate to these signs? Let's talk about it. Stay safe, and see you in the next one.